Todd Chrisley built a TV empire on charm and control, but his first wife's haunting allegations paint a chilling portrait that could destroy it all. What's the real truth behind the reality star? What if I told you that behind Todd Chrisley's perfectly polished TV persona lies a dark secret that could shatter everything you thought you knew about the reality star? Before Julie Chrisley, before the fame, there was Teresa Terry, and her shocking allegations will fundamentally change how you see every episode of Chrisley Knows Best. This is the story Todd desperately wants buried, involving accusations so disturbing they read like a psychological thriller. Teresa Terry didn't just survive what she describes as a nightmare marriage, she lived to expose a pattern of behavior so calculated and cruel that you'll never look at Todd Chrisley the same way again. It started as teenage romance when Todd and Teresa met as kids, but what began innocently spiraled into something that would haunt them forever. When Teresa became pregnant with Lindsay, they married, having no idea their relationship would become a horror story disguised as domestic bliss. Teresa's first glimpse into Todd's true nature came through his pathological obsession with perfection. This wasn't just liking things tidy. Teresa revealed there could be no toys out, nothing out of place. Everything had to look like a museum at all times. Imagine living where every item had to be in its designated spot, where the slightest mess triggered explosive reactions. But Todd's control didn't stop at furniture. Teresa revealed he applied this same twisted mindset to people, treating family members like objects that needed perfect arrangement. She described living under constant scrutiny, her appearance constantly criticized, unable to leave unless she met Todd's impossible standards. This wasn't marriage. This was psychological warfare designed to destroy self-esteem and independence. The story takes a darker turn because Teresa's allegations don't stop at emotional abuse. In her explosive Daily Mail interview, she made claims that would make anyone's blood run cold. She alleged Todd physically attacked both her and his own mother, Nanny Faye Chrisley, the beloved grandmother viewers adore. The same man presenting himself as a devoted family man allegedly raised his hands against the two most important women in his life. Teresa described multiple violent incidents, painting a picture of uncontrolled rage when his authority was challenged. The most terrifying part involves incidents from late October and early November 1994, life-threatening encounters that left Teresa fearing for her existence. She claimed Todd threatened her life during one horrifying incident, making clear he saw her as expendable. Another allegation involves Todd allegedly battering her naked body, an attack so vicious it reveals calculated brutality designed to humiliate and destroy. These allegations were so serious Teresa brought criminal charges, taking the brave step of involving law enforcement. But here's where it gets more sinister. Teresa ultimately dropped those charges during divorce proceedings. Anyone familiar with abuse cases knows victims often face tremendous pressure through intimidation, financial manipulation, or being made to believe they won't be supported. Todd denied everything in court, but his denials don't erase that his first wife felt compelled to seek legal protection or risk everything to tell her story. The divorce proceedings reveal another disturbing layer. Teresa says Todd made the process impossibly difficult, not about dividing assets, but punishing her for daring to leave. He made himself impossible to serve with papers, forcing endless legal hoops. When Teresa tried picking up Lindsay from his parents' house, Todd refused access, using their daughter as a weapon. But Todd's alleged vindictiveness reached new lows when Teresa began dating before their divorce finalized. Though she was estranged and had filed for divorce, Todd saw this as revenge opportunity. Teresa claims he showed up with a camera, filmed her with her new partner, then sent footage to a TV special about cheating wives. The hypocrisy is staggering. Julie Chrisley was pregnant with their first child at this time, meaning Todd was pursuing a new relationship while destroying Teresa for doing the same thing. This reveals an alleged mindset where his actions are always justified while everyone else's behavior faces his judgment and punishment. What makes this fascinating is the contrast with Todd's current persona, the man who built career sharing Family Life has never addressed Teresa's explosive interview, never offered his side, never attempted setting the record straight. His silence speaks volumes about either inability to refute these claims or calculated decision to ignore them. Todd's only reference to his first marriage came hinting Teresa was an absent mother, suggesting he was denied relationship with Lindsay's son because her mother didn't hold on to her. This reveals a pattern of shifting blame and painting himself as victim. Despite everything Teresa allegedly endured, she showed remarkable grace, telling Daily Mail that Todd isn't all bad and there's good in him. But her final comment should send chills down your spine. She noted ominously that if he doesn't get what he wants, you'd better believe there will be consequences. This warning suggests Todd's alleged retaliation pattern didn't end with their divorce but continued throughout his life. Every time we see him demanding perfection on television, criticizing his children, exerting household control, we must wonder if we're seeing echoes of behavior Teresa described. Teresa has remained largely silent since that interview despite Todd's fame speaking to either her desire moving forward or continued fear of consequences. Her silence while Todd achieved fortune presenting himself as the opposite of what she described serves as stark reminder that behind every curated public image may be private truths that would shock us. This story forces uncomfortable questions about reality television personas. How much is carefully crafted image management? How many secrets hide behind cameras? Teresa's allegations provide context for understanding Todd's current legal troubles, suggesting his alleged willingness to manipulate situations isn't recent, but a decades-long pattern. So next time you watch Todd Chrisley, remember Teresa Terry's explosive allegations. Behind the styled hair and designer clothes, behind witty one-liners and family man facade, there may be a much darker truth that challenges everything you thought you knew about one of reality TV's most recognizable figures. Teresa Terry's courage in speaking out reminds us that sometimes the most disturbing secrets hide behind the most perfect public images. As the curtain falls on this eye-opening expose, one chilling question echoes louder than ever. How much do we really know about the people we invite into our homes through our screens? Todd Chrisley is a man who mastered the art of image making. To millions of viewers, he was the sharp-tongued, fashion-forward Southern dad with a penchant for drama and a deep love for family. But to Teresa Terry, the woman who knew him before the limelight, he was something far more terrifying, something viewers were never meant to see. Her deeply disturbing allegations paint a radically different picture of Todd Chrisley, one that could very well unravel the tightly woven fabric of his carefully curated persona. This story isn't just about one marriage gone wrong. It's about the insidious nature of control, the hidden scars of emotional and physical abuse, and how fame can be weaponized to silence the truth. What makes Teresa's story so impactful is not just the severity of her claims, but the undeniable patterns they suggest, patterns that may have followed Todd throughout his public life. One of the most troubling revelations is the alleged weaponization of perfection. According to Teresa, Todd wasn't merely obsessed with cleanliness or order, he demanded absolute control over every aspect of their shared life, including her physical appearance and behavior. This level of control didn't simply cross the line into abuse, it bulldozed through it. Her depiction of being treated like a showpiece rather than a partner speaks volumes about how deep Todd's need for dominance ran. And that's what makes this story so terrifying. Because once the cameras began rolling, once the designer suits came out and the southern mansions glistened under reality TV lighting, that same hunger for perfection, for domination, seemingly morphed into entertainment. Every biting remark, every moment of criticism delivered to his children or wife Julie on Chrisley Knows Best could now be reinterpreted under a darker light. Were we watching a scripted show or a thinly veiled continuation of what Teresa endured behind closed doors? The allegations of violence especially. The incidents from October and November 1994 cannot be dismissed lightly. Todd may have denied them in court, but the existence of police reports, charges, and the sheer emotional detail in Teresa's retelling suggests something undeniably traumatic took place. Her decision to drop those charges may speak less to their truthfulness, and more to the impossible choices abuse victims often face: endure legal warfare, risk retaliation, or try to escape and rebuild quietly.